Hi there. Yeah, as Kerry said, I'm Steve George. I'm here standing in for Gafford Din from Warwickshire County Council, who leads this revision of this particular code of practice, but unfortunately can't be with us here today. So just to a quick recap and to put it into context of what's driving this. This is all being driven by the Roads Liaison Group, who requested the UK Lighting and Technology Board to review certain current guidance documents associated with Part D lighting and the management of electronic traffic equipment within the Well-Managed Highways Infrastructure Code of Practice, and basically with the box in the bottom right of the slide down there. This is the document in question. It's been around since 2011, so it's probably well overdue for updating and revision. It's split into 5 sections, as you can see there, and at the moment, the document we're creating as the new one is largely following that particular structure, with the exception of sections 3 and 4, where we're looking at reactive maintenance and preventative maintenance of assets. And this forms the bulk of the document. And Gafford and I looked long and hard at these 2 sections and thought, actually, they need to be combined. It will make more sense, because they are very closely linked together. And we've also changed it from preventative to proactive maintenance as well, to give it a bit more wider scope. So that's how we're working at the moment. And throughout the document, there are recommendations that are made to follow, 19 in total, and we're revising all of those as well. Gone too far. Right, sorry. So we're taking a stage-based approach to revise the Code of Practice, and stage 1, which we completed last year, was largely looking at what needs to be removed. It's no longer needed or recommended or necessary, what needs updating to reflect current practice, and what needs to be included, and the bulk of that is new technology which largely didn't exist when this document was first put together. So we're now into stage 2 tasks, which we started towards the back end of last year. We've created a new document. Now it's now titled The Management of Roadside Technology, to give it a wider scope. And we've created draft text from the original Code of Practice, where, funnily enough, a lot of the text on some of the core maintenance approaches was still usable, or just needed a little bit of updating. So in the spirit of not reinventing the wheel, we've reused that text and brought it up to date. We've had new text from local authorities and industry experts, and we've also got to bear in mind how this document's going to finish up. So basically, it will be web-based, and it will link to the Manual for Smart Streets. The key thing as well for stage 2 task was to introduce new or missing elements, and this is sort of where the new technology kicks in. So this is just a short list of some of the stuff that we've got to do, but DSIS needs to be involved. Communications update, that was largely very much out of current practice. What we've been seeing today, how we embrace connected services and CITS, migration to LED signal heads, and things like data security and temporary signals, which weren't anywhere near the original document. Looking at the estimated timescales that we're working on at the moment, stage 2 is a document revision stage. We're estimating that 4 to 6 months. We're about 4 months in at the moment, which we will probably now go out for the further stage of consultation. That will lead us on to stage 3, which will be a further review and consultation with key stakeholders and finalise content and publish within sort of 2 to 3 months' time. So hopefully by the time we get to the next TTF event, this will be a document that we can actually present to you there. Just to summarise, because this is a very quick run through, there is still a significant piece of work for stages 2 and 3 to be completed. The important thing is that it benefits highways, authorities and industry. TTF is supporting this work, but we still require input from industry, local authorities and consultancies to volunteer and get involved in creating the management for roadside technology. And I've also like to give thanks to those who've already contributed, in particular Unix and Mobius, for the information they provided on communications and generally roadside technology maintenance. We do have an editorial group. This has been formed to oversee the delivery of the whole project. So basically we we will work with them to get to this final delivery stage. So that's just a very quick, very brief run through what we're doing at the moment. And hopefully when we come back later in the year to this event, we'll be able to show you a more comprehensive document, which should be virtually the final version of this. Thank you. And what I would like to say, if you are willing to help, please get in touch with either me, Gafor, or even Elcrig, and we'll gladly take you on board and help with this. Thank you.